Hi, how's everyone today? It's Monday again, can you believe it? I cannot. We are live. And, I cannot believe that I am running a bit late. Just got things to sort out, but yeah, it's Monday. So, my name's Anita Mazzero and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Horsham, Victoria. Now, if you're watching me live, you should see the little live button. Now, as Facebook only keeps live videos for 30 days, this gets deleted, but what I do after the live is I pop the video onto YouTube where you can watch it. So please, whether you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook, tick the like button. You know, I'd like to do that, and feel free to make a comment as well so that I know where you're watching from, and I try to respond to all of them. Sometimes the messages might slip through, and if it does, I apologise because I do like to say thank you personally to each and every one of you. Now, it's getting to that time of year. We're all busy. We're all in a crazy mood and you know, I've done that. Hands up those who have still got Christmas shopping to do. Hands up those who leave it to the very last minute. This is because I hate the shops at the best of times. I just find that not comfortable. If the shop's quite empty, I'm okay. But when I go shopping, it's straight in, straight out. And I don't browse, I don't look. I like to have in my head what I'm doing and off I go. I've got friends that love to browse and they'll spend hours in a shop just browsing the aisles. Not my cup of tea. So, yeah, I'm a little bit of a late shopper and that makes it a bit hard. But there's some places that I follow and they sometimes have some online specials and they're products that I might spot, and if they're still available, I may grab. I miss a lot of them because by the time I jump on Facebook to have a look, it's 4 or 5 hours later, and that's when I miss out on them. But anyway, that's life. So my Christmas tree is still not up. I'm thinking I better do it today because we've got people coming tomorrow as my husband's best friend passed away, so they're coming here before the funeral. I think I should make the effort to put the tree up. But I just haven't been in the mood for it. And if I don't get it up today, it will get up sometime in the next week. You guys can hold me to it. So I'm hoping you can see me. Please let me know if you're here. I'd like to hear from you. Otherwise, I feel like I'm talking to myself. So I'm going to flip the camera down and we're going to talk about some things today. So I'll just pop the camera down. Okay, I'll just zoom in a bit, straighten everything up. It's really weird, you straighten it up before you go live and then you do it again later on. Okay, last chance products. Lots and lots of products have gone on to the last chance, even some items that are in our mini catalogue. So check them out. Compare your pricing because your bundle may be cheaper or your individual items. Most times it's the items. Buying them separately is cheaper than buying a bundle because the bundle is the full price less 10%. So certainly check that all out online. I'll pop the link in the comments after the video is finished so that you can go and shop and have a look at where everything is. And I certainly recommend you to go and have a look. So anything that's sitting there is available till stocks run out. So if you like to pick up Christmas ideas this Christmas for next year, now's the time to buy. Right. So while you're shopping, you can purchase the product of the month for $9. Now, this is something very new from Stamping Up. And what it means is that we get to choose a product. And I can show you this because we know what the product is for this month. So what will happen, if you've got an online account, great. If you haven't, pop an online account, set one up. Then when you're purchasing, your little bar in your cart will move across until it reaches the $1.25 mark. Then it allows you to shop for the paper for $9. Now, when you think of our papers, they're $21.75, 12 by 12, 12 sheets. So $21.75 down to $9, not down. That sounds terrible. But this product is something that is definitely something that you'd have. Hello, Cherry, how are you? And congratulations on your daughter-in-law's birthday. So you get these products for you and you alone. One pack per person. So it's very special, very unique. And the blues are very pretty. So end of December, it will run out. I think you might have it's a product of the month, so you might have to about the 3rd of January, but don't hold me on that. You need to check the online. So there's some pretty papers there that you can do things with. As you can see here, this particular paper has been coloured for this particular design. So you can do a bit with it. You can fussy cut it. You can do what you like. So there's a nice little bit of paper that you can do. And every month it changes. So in January, it's something different. It might be a tool. It might be a stamp set. It might be dies. It might be, I don't know. We don't know. So we won't know until the beginning of the month what it is, just like you don't know. So it's a great way, $125 that you get to spend. So those of you who are looking for our celebration catalogue and waiting for that in January, that is no longer happening. This takes place and it is every month. So it's spread out over the year and something a little bit different than just purchasing it in a couple of months. So it's a great way to do it. And some people have done some beautiful work with this already. So that's the two things. So how are you enjoying your day today, Cherry? Are you babysitting again? Well, I would assume you've had George with you if you do. Right. Now, my trimmer, I've got to tell you this. Over the last couple of weeks, when I've been using it, my scoring blade has been falling out, driving me insane. Anyway, I just thought, I don't know, maybe something's wrong with the blade. I bought a packet of replacement blades and I popped the replacement one in and it hasn't fallen out. Do you think it was telling me that it was, are you home alone? Oh, having fun. Do you think it might have been telling me that it needed to be replaced? Because I assumed they wear out just like anything else. So probably the constant rubbing up and down had loosened it inside. So once I replaced it, it stopped falling out. So if you find that your scoring blade is falling out, or even your own blade,
the thing is with the cutting blade, you are aware when it's running out, needs replacing, because everything becomes furry. Except I find I can have a brand new blade and I use navies, blacks, and sometimes they are a bit furry. But that's when I use my sanding block because I know it's not the blade. But yes, just think about that they may need replacing. Scoring blade included. So that is well worth thinking. If it's falling out, and as I said, that worked for me, I just replaced it. This is the trimmer I've had since the day this one came out. And I just replaced my blades. And as you can see, that's not even falling out. So if yours is falling, it's probably meaning that it needs replacing. So go online, and I should have given you the number for this, but yeah, go online and get yourself a pack of replacement scoring blades in case it happens. We don't know how long they're going to last. Always, well, I like to have plenty of blades, like trimming blades. Oh, you got a new track because the track was worn out. Well, that's what I thought I might have to do, Cherry. But I just replaced the blade, the scoring blade. So, yeah. I mean, if it was falling out continually, even with a new one, I would have thought that would be my next thing, is a new track. So, but I would just replace the blade. So if you've still got your old one, just swap the new track, new one in, and just see whether or not that's working. Because if that's all it is, you'll be fine. I know that the metric ones are easy to replace, so that's not too bad. Right, so while we've got this out, we're going to make a gift card holder. Now, it's always nice to give someone a gift card, and I usually am very late, like I was saying before. I usually make the gift card holder and pop it in a Christmas card. But the gift card that I'm giving someone, I just throw it into the Christmas card, and that's it. But let's make a nice gift card holder so that it's something more special. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut our cardstock. And I'm using Secret Sea, and I'm going to cut that at 14.9. So it's a normal card base. I better get my measurements so I can see. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to score at 6.5 centimetres. No scoring blade, not cutting blade. I'm going to score at 6.5. Now you can do two choices. You can open your arm and score at 16.5, which is just, you can see it's just past where the arm is, 16.5. Or you can turn it around and score at 4.5. Both measurements work the same. Now, I like it when I can just flip it over because it makes, I don't have to pull the arm out. So that's my two scoring. So just take that and grab my bone folder. Give that a nice press. And I'm going to give this a nice press. So you can see there's the bottom, there's the opening. Nice. So then I'm going to get a piece of cardstock in Cloud Cover. Now we know that this piece here is 6.5, but I want that a little bit smaller. So I'm going to cut that at 6 centimetres. So that'll be 6 centimetres. And we know that the width is 14.9, so we're going to come down and I'm going to do that one at 14.4. So I'm coming down 0.5 of a centimetre. So that will be for my top. And that will go like so. Just sit in there. Now, I'm going to get my designer series paper because, Cherry, you can help me out. So I'm going to get my designer series paper and I want to cut. So we said that this was 6 centimetres, this piece. So we're going to go down to 5.5. So I'll cut a strip at 5.5. And this paper I'm using is the Peaceful Days designer series paper. So 5.5 by 13.9. And that's going to go up here. Just do my layers. Right. Now before I do the bottom one, I want to use the reverse. And this is the colour of the reverse, which is very much the same colour as the cloud cover. Now, I looked at that and I thought, it's no good putting cloud cover underneath. I think I'll just take that piece and show you like that. Maybe you can. We might go with it anyway. So we've got our top piece. So I'll take my cloud cover and I'm going to sort of have a spare piece. So I'm going to take a piece of cloud cover and cut it at 4 centimetres because that's 0.5 down from the other at 14.4. So this is what happens when you haven't cut it and you're trying to think it out. I've got my 2 bases and 2 layers. Now I've got this piece of cardstock because I'm using the reverse and I want that at 4 centimetres by 13.9. So that will definitely be plenty left over. No, hang on, we cut that at 4 and we want it at 3.5. Thankfully, I stopped and thought. 3.5 by 13.9. So that's the base of our gift card. We've got our layer for both of them. Then we need our insert. And for our insert, we're going to need some white paper or cream or any like colour that you can, that matches in with your set, because you can use colour as long as you can stamp on it, whether you emboss or whatever. So for this piece, I'm going to need 10 centimetres by 14, 10.5 centimetres, sorry. So it's about the size of your card. So 10.5 in length, in width, and I'm going to cut that to 14 centimetres. And I'll leave my blade up there, and while I've got the long end, I am going to score at 4.5 centimetres. Here's my score, keep that up there. And then I'm going to score at 13 centimetres. And score. And there's my inside. I don't need this at the moment. So now we've got the card 3/4 of the way done. Can you believe that? 3/4 of the way. This is such a simple one, and you can make multiples. So we've got these all here. So what we're going to do for the top, I want to give it a bit of pizzazz. So I've got a very old corner rounder. I've had this for probably 20 years. It's as old as the hills. So I'm looking at my paper and, my paper has no real direction, but then I'll decide which direction. And I'm thinking most of the leaves are pointing upwards. So I'm going to take that as my direction. So I'm going to just corner round that. I will then corner round the cloud cover. And I'm going to corner around the top. As I said, this thing is as old as, but I love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, get my glue, and I'm going to, oh, a nasty little, oh, that's it, that's gone. There's a nasty little thread there. Oh, you've got one of the corner rounders too, have you, Cherry? It's a ripper, isn't it? As I said, it's so easy to use, and I love it. Never bothered with another one since. I'm going to pop that in this section here, nice and evenly, and then I'm going to put my designer series paper in there. And we've got our layers. Just a fiddly little piece. And I only did it on the cardstock, would you believe? Not on the paper, just on that one corner. Probably need to run it through for, yeah, I've had mine, I reckon, 20 plus years, because if not longer, if not 25. So it's been around forever, and I think I've only once had to put some foil in to make it sharp again. So that's, I think, pretty good. This piece I'm not going to corner around because this is going to get hidden. So I'm going to layer my two pieces of my designer series paper onto my cardstock. Pop that on. And actually, even though I first thought when I looked at the papers that I wasn't going to put the certainly pre-stamping up. I think it was in the era when Creative Memories was very popular before it disbanded. But I have heard it's coming back. Now, whether or not it's the craze of scrapbooking, I don't know. So I'm going to glue that down to our flap. And I'm going to pop that in place there. Nice in the centre. Here we go. There's our card. And yes, it does look good now that I see it together. At first, you know, when you just load papers together, it doesn't always work, but I do like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my stamp and seal. Not a product I use very often. You can use tear and tape. You can use glue, but you need to make sure the glue holds. Whoa. I will not stick that because I need to do something else first. So, I'm going to move that to one side. I'm going ahead of myself. So I'm going to score the insert. So we're going to have, I would say, a valley fold there, and then this will be a mountain fold. And making sure everything's nice and straight. And we score. So this is our insert piece. So before we do anything, I'm going to stamp. And I'm going to use, stamps on this is not good. We've got the Piece on Earth stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp, no, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to stamp the word love. I think that will be perfect for inside. I'll get my blocks, which I have moved. I'm going to get this, the word love. And my Secret Sea, my favourite colour for the... I don't know about anybody else, but what are we going to do when Secret Sea leaves us as an in colour? I'm just going to get this, and I'm just going to pop over towards the right the word love. How lovely and clean is that? And I'll just get the ink off this because, knowing my luck, I'll pop it against something. There we go. Now we can go back to the inside. Close ink pad, Anita, so you do not put your hand in it because it's something you can do. And why put it away? Because you're going to use it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some seal. You can use glue, but it tends to move, and I've just got all on my glass mat. I'll just get my rubber. Sorry if it's moving the camera, but I do not want to that's got it. Because it was such a narrow point, it didn't help. So here what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the centre. You just eyeball it, and I'm just butting it against the fold. Not over the fold, behind the fold. That's probably the best way to say it. And make sure I've got it right. Yep, there we go. So there it is behind the fold. But then this, I'll now give that a good press. I've got the tape there. And this will then come up like so. And please let me have cut this correctly today. And this closes flat. And it did. When I was first making it, I kept making it a fraction too long, but this works beautifully. So that's how it opens up. So you will pop. So that's the credit card, or the card that you the gift card, and it's in there. So when they open it up, there it is. Bingo. Now we'll do some decoration to the front of it because this looks all right, but it's not all right. So I've done the die cutting ahead of time, and as I said, this is one that I planned as I've pulled the paper out. So I thought I'd have this beautiful piece sitting here with the glimmer paper in the background. So I've got the label with the cloud cover. Now I did, and you can tell me, Cherry, what you think. I was going to put white, but I don't know. Actually, now that I see it, maybe white is just... Now, I'll lay me pieces out first, I think, because you'll see why I'm hesitating with the white. I like the white, but I'm hesitating. So in here, I've got this piece of glimmer. I've cut a piece out in the what I call the Azure Afternoon. This is all from the Peaceful Days pack. My little pieces all tucked away here so I wouldn't lose them. So I've got my two doves. What I did with the dove, I've got my markers. The white looks too stark. Is that what you're saying? Because that's my feeling on the white. It is far too stark. It just eats at you. So I'm going to put a little eye on my bird. Just my Stampin' Right marker. It's really disappointing that these have disappeared. So I know they've got a black journaling pen, but I haven't got one. So there's my little birds. So they've got their little faces. And as you know me, Cherry, we have to have some wink, Estella. So I'm going to put some wink just on the edges of the dove's wings, where it's feathered out already. And I'm just going to pop the glitter. Now, I don't know about you, Cherry, but I wish we had these in some other colours. Even a gold would be nice. And silver. Wouldn't those colours be nice? Like the metallics that we have in the embossing powders. Would just help us to add some dimension. There we go. So because I've put the wink on his wings, it just gives it a hint of another colour. So I hope you can see that. I'm just wondering if that light, if I turn that off, that makes it a bit better. You don't get to see the glare. So there we go. So I've got those. So this was my plan when I was thinking it out. So I wanted to cut it and all from scratch with you. So I thought I'd have a bird there, another one maybe down here, and then just sit a branch across here. It might be for this one. Don't know yet. Got a couple of little ones. I'll get them out. But I didn't have much of the paper, so I'm thinking maybe, here we go, this is the Cloud Cover Glimmer Paper, maybe giving them both a little leaf. And then I've gone and got, where's my little box? Now you put something down. There it is. Just stuck my... So I've got these. No, I'm not sure if these are on the last chance list. Oh, you got a golden one. Oh, I'm jealous. The little ones look better? Thank you. That's what I'm thinking as well. I've got this Greetings for You Mix and Match Ephemera pack. All Christmas greetings. This one's opened up and all pulled out of its pieces because it kept falling out. So I wanted a nice one, and I thought I'd use one of these. So I'm either going to use, with the two doves, Merry Christmas, which to me looks a bit small now, or Season's Greetings. And I think I like the Season's Greetings. You let me know, Cherry, because you see it on screen very differently to me. So the Season's Greetings. This is moving on me a bit. Or the smaller Merry Christmas with the two birds. The little pepper, just take that away. Go like that. Because it doesn't want to stay down. So there we go. Merry Christmas. So I'm going to have one up the top, one down the bottom. There, Merry Christmas in sort of halfway. And then this one will have that there. Or we could go for the larger Season's Greetings, which could actually overlap a little bit. I think I like the Season's Greetings. Season's Greetings? Yep. We're on the same wavelength, Cherry, which is lovely. So the first thing I want to do, before I do anything, I'm going to lay this down on my card. So I'm going to glue this to about this part of the, just glue that and put that down. Just thinking whether, no, I actually might go halfway, completely halfway in the middle there. So just pop some glue, because if you want to pop it up on dimensionals, you can, but I didn't see the need. So I'm just going to pop that nice and level, come across, and there it is. Nice, very happy with that. So then I'm going to take this and I will glue this down because we're using glimmer paper, and glimmer paper does not like tapes or anything like that. So I'll pop some glue on the back of this to hold it in place, and we'll pop that. And there we go, nicely in place. Now these ephemera pieces are already sticky. All you have to do is remove the paper from the back. And I'm thinking I might lay that down flat and then have my birds up. I sort of want this bottom bird, because he's going to be a little bit lower than the other one. So take them there. I just come up with an idea. I could lay this bird over here, and then that could be like a, oops, may not work because of where I've got it. I probably should have moved it over a little bit more. And is it too late to do it? Yeah, too late to do it. It has sort of adhered itself. So there's an idea for later on. I could have used that if I put it a bit further over, because I want to put the thing and made that like a little catch. But it's not enough. I need a bit more. I need to put sort of like the wings. So I would have to move that over probably about 2 centimetres to make it work the way I was thinking. But anyway, there's an idea. So I'll get this, and I'm going to take the backing off. And I'll take the backing off. Oops, off it went. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on. Don't throw away the edge of your sheet. Use every bit of dimensional. I'm going to pop that on just like so. But before I take the backs off, I'm going to get my embossing buddy, and I'm just going to pop that over the top. And that will take the stickiness away so that it's not going to stick down and bend and shape, which it can do when you use it like that. You probably could leave the backing on it, but the thing is with the backing, I don't know how that would go with the dimensionals and whether it would hold. I'm going to pop this probably a bit over here because I want that bird at the bottom. Move it over to the left. There we go. Beautiful. Pop that away before I lose it. I'm going to put some dimensionals behind this one. Use his body. And just a small one on the leaf close to the body because I want this to sort of curl up. So I've got my bone folder and just curl the leaves, create that dimension. The same with the ones at the bottom. So as you can see, this has got a little bit of curl and he's going to sit right there. I think that will be fine. Just like so. Take the backings off. And we will lay him just like so. So there he is. He's not covering up too much. Make sure the wings curl enough. And then I'm going to get this. And I was smart enough to get the adhesive sheet because gluing something this small is impossible. Take a look at my adhesive sheet. And I'm going to pop that flat underneath the bird's beak because we want it to look like, there we go. There's his wings. I'm going to curl this one as well. I have got a couple of different ones to show you so you can get some ideas. So I haven't just done the one, but this was the one where I was thinking of papers and colours because I wanted it different from what I'd used on the previous cards or the card holders. Because let's face it, we can use more than one. And I'll pop this one up here. And grab my other leaf. So if you give it a lot of gift cards, it's nice to be able to just give it in a nice little way. And you could, if you wanted to, you could then make a little box for the gift card holder. I'm just going to pop that there. Can you imagine popping that into a box for them to open it? And then it opens like so. I'm going to look for some gems. Let's have a look for some gems. And I reckon I might use, I was going to put a bit of red, but no. I think I love these Faceted Snowflakes. They are beautiful gems. And you can see which ones I've used the most. So I'm going to use the stars. I'll pop one in here. And I might just pop one there and one there. There we go. Look at that. Voila. Get this out of the way so you don't see the mess. And that will fit in our standard envelope. You can see there's plenty of room in the envelope for it to fit into. Hello, Miss Jade. How are you? Are you home or in Melbourne? And there we go. What do you think? A nice idea for a gift card? And as I said, if you didn't want to put it in an envelope, you could make a tiny box. I've got one up here that I made. Just grab it. It probably won't fit this card. No, it won't. If I made that smaller, it would fit inside there. You like this, Missy? So you could pop it in a box like that with your gift card, and what a nice gift that would be for someone. So that's just an idea that you could have, which I showed you this cut box last week, which I did on a in the class. So yeah, you got home late last night from Melbourne. Yeah, it's a great idea, Cherry. I agree. I must catch up with you, Miss Jade. This is a great way to do a gift card rather than just popping it inside a Christmas card. And it just gives something a bit neat, very quick, very simple to make. We've been on air under an hour and I've still cut and done it all. And it's not hard to do. So, yeah, I'll text you later, Jade, to work out a day because I can't catch you tomorrow. So, yeah, a very simple idea. You can change your stamp to be whatever you want inside here. I've chosen love because I could write my name there, and then they know that's who it's come from. You can put whatever, you could have something like my other ones that I've done. So this one here, I've got Merry Christmas. Let's move that to the side. I've used the Delicate Pines, and I've got Happy Christmas, and this one's got 'Tis the Season. And I've just put a little bit of stamping in here. And the reason I did that was, accidentally had been doing some blending on my thing and caught some paper. Then this one I've used the Brush with Beauty, and I've got the paper, the flower embellishments, and I've got You're Seriously the Best. And so that's that one. That move. Oh, yes. Nice. I need to put a bit more glue on there. It's shifted. Something's moved. I have no idea. While I see it, let's put it together, because I had glue on it, but I don't know why it's lifted. This crazy weather that we've been having has probably had something to do with it. There we go. Easy fixed. So I've got that there. And then this is another Delicate Pines one, where I have used a different set of papers, different look, and I've got 'Tis the Season here. So they were the ones that I did in advance to see what it is. Oh, you like that one as well. Which one's that, Jade? I didn't see. Do you like the flowers? The dark green or the light green? So there we go. You can see the different ways that you can use up paper. And again, this is another one that is really good with scraps. Like a small little piece of paper that you can use both sides. The flowers, I have to admit, darling, you're not bad. This set is the Brush with Flowers is one of my favourites. And so there we go. So there's the gift card holder that you can make quick and simple. You like the blues and the greens, yeah. So we all have different tastes. Jade, so I've put them all there. So they would be yours, if I'm right, Cherry, those three. And Miss Jade likes those two. So they're fun way of, as I said, using up scraps, doing them for gift cards. You can do them for birthdays. You can do them for whatever reason you're giving someone a gift card as a gift. And with Christmas not that far away, what have we got? 2 Mondays left. I'm not even sure I'll be around for the second Monday, because the Monday before Christmas, as I have to go to Ballarat that weekend. But certainly next week, I'll let you know next week whether we're going to be live, and then it will be a couple of weeks before we come back. So anyway, there we go. It's a fun card, a fun gift card holder, and they're all different. It depends on how you decorate them, what papers you use. This is the only one that I've actually used layering to give it a different look. These don't. This is just straight onto the papers. So it's very, very straightforward. So you can make them as elaborate or as plain as you like. And I think, apart from this one, all the others have got those ephemera packs on the cards to make them a gift card that can be used. And as I said, they can go in, you can make a little box and pop them inside the box to make the gift a little bit more special. And yeah, and if I get a box made, I'll pop that up in the comments so that you can see the box that goes, if I can organise one and get the measurements right. That does take a bit of thinking and a lot of paper. So anyway, don't forget, check out my online store. If you're wishing to purchase your product of the month, I'd be happy to have you as a customer. And our new catalogue, which I have my little hands on here, will be available January 3rd, if I'm right. January 6th. So it's not the first week of January this time. So January 6th through to April, to 4th of May. So even though it says April. So it's around for a good 4 months. So, which is really handy to have. And there's lots and lots of goodies. And yeah, this one is probably one of the better mini catalogues that I've seen in a long time. They did really well with the Christmas one, and I think they've done well with this. Lots of ideas for scrapbookers as well as card makers. So that's that. Okay, everyone, I shall catch you all next Monday, same time, same place. And in the meantime, have a great week, and hopefully the weather stays nice and we can enjoy every single day of it. Okay, everyone, thank you again for watching. Bye for now.